baseball is similar to theater in the sense that it is both an individual sport and a team sport. It is a team collaborative effort. It doesn't work without the team. However, there are moments of isolation where it's entirely on you. It is entirely on you, and you have to be prepared. It's not just natural talent alone won't get you there. There are many ways that you could fall flat, that you can make a mistake, that you can have to miss a game or miss a week, that you could injure yourself or others, and that the level of camaraderie, you can go it alone, but it's far more successful, sustainable, and enjoyable when there is a level of cohesion and joy in it.
One of the very first things that I do every single morning is something that I think we all easily take for granted, and that's brushing your teeth. Having an effective toothbrush, an effective toothpaste, and routine access to really quality dental care is something that makes a world of difference in the lives of our kids. Academically, socially, our health, and way too many of our children are going without it. So today I am brushing and partnering with Crest and Oral-B to help them in closing America's smile gap. Did you know that kids from low-income families are twice as likely to suffer from tooth decay, and those numbers double and quadruple in Black and Hispanic communities respectively? Over the last few years, Crest and Oral-B have already donated millions in product and time and scholarships to dental schools and other resources, all as part of their campaign, Closing America's Smile Gap. And now, Crest and Oral-B are giving us a chance to join them. For every product that you buy from Crest and Oral-B between now and September 30th, they are going to directly contribute oral care supplies to a kid in need. It's that simple. Anything to add? No? Teach? Very nice. Thanks, guys. So our fight for police-free schools continues. This time in Wisconsin, where there's pending legislation that would require school districts to assign armed school resource officers, SROs, to our schools, and any schools that have a certain number of incidents that have been reported to the cops, to law enforcement, which we know is not a reflection of crime necessarily. It doesn't make any sense. All right, because we know, and this is like the data that shows this, research absolutely shows us that police do not make schools safer, just like they don't make us safer. They make school environments more dangerous, especially for kids of color, especially for our kids, especially for Black students who account for 80% of violent police assaults since 2011. That's a lot of data. This bill also ignores years of local youth and community demands that let us know that it creates a dangerous precedent for state legislators to take power away from our communities. We're seeing more and more local governments completely ignore the will of the people by jamming these police, these armed and often too violent adults, into our schools in close quarters with our kids all over the country. I want you to honestly just imagine whatever room that you're in right now, at work, your home, your living room. Imagine there just being an armed cop in the corner watching. Imagine there being an armed cop in your kid's classroom. It just raises the likelihood of a problem. Okay, kids act up, there's mischief, kids talk back, kids have little spats, kids have fights. I taught, okay? I went to the schools I grew up in, the schools I taught in. There sometimes can be unruly environments. We have no utopian view of what these environments can be. This is hard, it's hard for everybody. But putting bullies with badges and weapons that have shown themselves to use them violently against our children unnecessarily is clearly not the answer. So anyway, forcing our young people to consistently and unnecessarily interact with a system of policing that views them as punching bags with no potential, instead of students, which they are, instead of children, which they are, worthy of our patience, worthy of our understanding, who can grow and change, alongside with incredible organizations, Freedom Inc., Advancement Project, the National Campaign for Police-Free Schools. We're all spending our time, our intelligence, our energy, our resources in a fight to supply our children with the very basic opportunities for peace that are already enjoyed by so many in the majority. That's how our time and energy is spent, just trying to get even to an even space to be able to live in peaceful and healthy, productive environments for our kids. So what I'm asking you to do is to join us in demanding that the Wisconsin State Senate stop AB 69. That's what the proposition is called, AB 69, so that all Wisconsin students can learn and thrive in police-free schools. It's not much to ask. Thank you. And my mom's paintings everywhere, and she's a ceramicist as well. So I was always surrounded by not just art, but the human and personal and familial connection of the people who make the art. As if it wasn't this distant thing, is my point. I was yeah, and it was part of us and something that can be done. It was attainable, it was real, it was tangible. So that was always present. Yeah. And then that transitions into kind of my love of literature in high school and other forms of art, poetry, when I discovered Nikki Giovanni and William Carlos Williams and all these amazing writers, and my bad attempts at trying to do something similar, and falling in love, of course, with the evolution of hip hop. You know, being somebody born in 1980, I grew alongside it, and the 90s were this huge explosion of literary prowess in terms of writers in hip hop. You can have a direct connection to these makers. You already know them. And my entry, I think, psychologically was helpful. Hi, I'm Jesse Williams, and I'm playing Solstice in the Quinn original audio romance, The Misty Door. The Misty Door takes place in Portland, Oregon in 2023 in a world where fairies are real. And those of us who keep our joy in life are called changelings. I play the role of Solstice, who is a changeling. He, lucky enough, meets you, Azra Cunningham, our listener. We begin a relationship, getting to know each other, and in that process, the listener can participate and be creative, but also be taken and led on a journey and experience some self-discovery. And I'm really excited to be able to share this with you. Yo, we have a really exciting big episode tonight of Grays that I want to share with y'all. Some context for, go behind the scenes a little bit. So I think I'm going to take over the IG of Grays ABC, right? So I'll sign on to there in a few minutes and share some behind the scenes photos, videos, maybe go on the stories, do some kind of Q&A. Dare I go live with y'all and talk a little bit of shit, which I can say here. Maybe I won't say it on their page and get fired. But we're gonna have a good time. I'm really proud of the work that we did. It's quite a journey. You're certainly gonna find out where the hell Jackson's going. And we put in work damn near every scene for this episode to explore something that is pretty meaningful to me. So let's get set up for that. I'll be on Gray's ABC the rest of the day. Anything that you see on there that is wild, crazy, or vulgar, that wasn't me. They were hacked, but all the good stuff will be me. So I'll see y'all on there in a few minutes, and then I can watch it. I can stay on there till y'all start watching, like East Coast time, I guess. So 6 o'clock West Coast time. Maybe I'll even watch that episode with you on the East Coast feed, and then get off. So I'll tell your friends on Twitter and everything, because I don't know how that works. But I'll see y'all in a minute on Gray's ABC. Direct all of your questions and queries to Gray's ABC the rest of the night. That's us.
Hey, Tito.
What? Get in my seat, go to work.
That's everybody, Tito.
What? We are nominated for an Oscar, yo. The nominations came out. Two Distant Strangers is officially an Oscar-nominated live-action short film. Only 5 in the world this year, and a vision that came up, feels like, summer of last year, middle of the pandemic. Went from the page to fundraising, to pre-production, to getting executed, to getting shot, hustling when you can't gather anywhere, somehow figuring out a way to bring Trayvon Free and Martin Desmond Rowe's vision to life. And I'm really, really proud of these guys, really proud of this team. Really assembling in a tough situation a material that is difficult to make fresh, new, and compelling. So anyway, congrats. We are Oscar-nominated filmmakers, producers, writers, directors, It's a hell of a team. Shout out to everybody involved: Nicholas, Van, Lawrence, Puff, Trayvon Martin, Zaria, Joey Badass, everybody. It's a good day. It's a good day. Just make it, y'all. Just make it. Right, Juice? You say vote. If someone says, democracy is a sham, those people don't speak for me, the system is rigged. You say, vote. Someone says, well, it doesn't make a difference. This state is red, that state's blue, this thing's already a lock. You say, vote. Someone says, hey, I'm making a statement by not voting. And then you say, well, I can't hear it. This is not about the White House. This is about your house. If you're not registered to vote, you can't sit on a jury. You can't choose your mayor. You can't choose your city council. You can't even choose your district attorney. You can't decide which measures will help your family and community and which will put them at risk. This government was designed to be changed. You can either make that change or you can take what little they give you. Democracy is not a sham. It's a job. It's our job. And it took too goddamn long to get it, to just let it slide. You say vote because there are people who still don't want you to.
Talk to me.
Hey everybody, my name is Jesse Williams. I wanted to talk to you just for a couple minutes because we're obviously experiencing this pandemic thing, like it or not, together. Hopefully this is a once in a multiple lifetime experience, and a lot of us are feeling trapped and feeling like we want to be productive. We want to commune with those that we love and reflect on what it is we're doing in this life and be intentional about how we move forward. And thinking about what we can do. What can we do to help healthcare professionals? What can we do to help doctors and nurses and minimum wage workers and clerks at our stores who are doing incredible work for us? So I want to suggest one thing that we could be thinking about and that we could be doing, and that's talking briefly about the impact of this COVID-19 pandemic on our almost 700,000 brothers and sisters around this country who are locked away in local jails, who don't have access to consistent running water or soap or certainly hand sanitizer, can't social distance, don't have adequate health care. And we're talking about jails now, not prisons. Jails where people are locked up for traffic tickets and unpaid fines and petty misdemeanors, but they don't have the money to pay their bail. It's a cash bail country by and large, and some people just don't have $300 to buy themselves out. And those that do have a little bit more green paper can. We know that's unfair. We're working on that, but I want to talk about they're the ones that actually are trapped, that don't have access to anything, and they're there for something that could easily be avoided if they had more money. So what can we do to help them? State and local officials, public health experts, medical professionals, all these groups are gathering together to urge local and state officials to figure out ways to, the people that we can let out, let them out. I'm on the board of the National Office Advancement Project. We've joined forces with local officials in Detroit and St. Louis and Miami and East Baton Rouge to free them now. Figure out ways we could do that. You can join us by going to freeandsafenow.org. There also will be a graphic after this video to give you more detailed information of who you can reach out to. You can do it on social media, you can do it by phone. Every minute counts. People are trapped. We think we're trapped. There are people that are trapped in steel and concrete cages because they didn't have a couple $100. They're human beings too. They deserve our love, empathy, and attention. So join us, please. Thank you. Peace. I am really proud to be able to announce that I'm officially joining the Scholly team in our shared pursuit of making sure as many people as possible can pay for college. So you see the ones I've applied for. Now I'm going to go into ones I have potential to earn. I'm not kidding. Zombie Apocalypse Scholarship. We will take it where we can get it.
We've helped students raise over $50 million in scholarship money.
$50 million for real?
Yeah, $50 million. People all across the world, we've helped them raise that much money.
Really though? Like who?
Students like Madison.
What the?
Madison used Scholly to pay for nursing school.
You brought that with you?
I wouldn't have been able to pay for college if it wasn't for scholarships.
What we know is there is no substitute for equal access. And there's certainly no substitute for a quality education. Scholly helps us get there. There's no substitute for equal access.